All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving our praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Racha HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this morning's lesson, I have two videos here pulled up. One is concerning the landslide that happened in Papua, and another one is about the House so-called passing a bill to block central bank digital currencies. So we're going to get into these two videos here, man. Should be a very short lesson, but I just want to bring out this information here and hopefully it's edifying, all right? So this is from We On News. 670 dead in Papua New Guinea landslide. And yesterday morning, I think it was yesterday morning, I had reported on this, and they said that it was about 100 dead. Now it's up to 670, all right? That's a massive jump from 100 people, okay? If it's at 670, then it could be more as they dig through the rubble and the trash and all that stuff. It might be more bodies, man. So who knows how high the body count is going to be, but you just know, bro, you just know the Most High did this, okay? They said that landslide happened at 3 o'clock in the morning. I know that was terrifying, bro. You dead asleep at 3 o'clock in the morning, bro. All right, for the most part, you out of there, bro. And a landslide happened. That's cold, man, but here we go.
Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Beyond World is One. I'm Shivan John. Now we're tracking all the biggest stories coming in from around the globe. Let's get you started with the headlines. Hamas releases new video of what it claims to be Israeli soldiers captured in Gaza on Saturday. The alleged capture comes amid hopes of mediated Israel-Hamas peace talks resuming in the coming week. Zelensky urges US President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping to join upcoming Ukraine peace summit in Switzerland as Ukraine struggles to stave off Russian offensive. Chinese Premier Li Qiang holds bilateral meeting with South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol. This meeting comes a day before their closely watched trilateral summit with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida on Monday. International Organization for Migration revises death toll in Papua New Guinea landslide, estimates more than 670 killed in the South Pacific island nation.
This is the main one I wanted to get. So this one right here. Yes, sir. This is crazy, man, but it's the Most High judgment. Okay, 670 bodies so far, right? But I moved on here, to the main thing that I wanted to get. This is from Business Matters with Don Ma. It says House passes bill to ban central bank digital currencies, right? So they're trying to ban CBDCs from entering Babylon the Great, or trying to stop the Fed from doing it, right? We all know, according to prophecy, that this won't last or stand. But it's just funny to see them pushed against it, because some of them, all right, understand the kind of control that this stuff is going to have on the people. So they're trying to so-called fight against it. But if you're trying to fight against central bank digital currency, you're trying to fight against prophecy. Plain and simple. This is what the Most High wants, okay? No matter how crazy this shit is, right? How weird it sounds, is what the Most High wants. And you have a lot of these people, you know, who are so-called right-wing individuals, guys like Alex Jones, you know, Glenn Beck, them kind of guys. They're trying to real deal stop central bank digital currencies. Like, they trying to stop it for real. Also, World War III and everything else, they want to so-called stop it, but it's all prophecy, man. So here we go.
A lot of stories to go through today, and we're starting off with this. The House of Representatives has just passed a bill to stop the Federal Reserve from issuing a central bank digital currency. So CBDC is the digital version of a currency issued by a central bank. In the US, it's also being called the digital dollar. The bill passed the chamber pretty much along party lines here. Minnesota Republican Tom Emmer sponsored the bill. He argues a central bank digital currency would threaten Americans' financial privacy. Meanwhile, Democrats say the bill would hold back American innovation. Here's ranking member of the Financial Service Committee, Maxine Waters, and Congressman Emmer.
There is nothing inherent about a CBDC that would compromise privacy. That is a design feature that is within our control.
If not open, permissionless, and private like cash, a CBDC is nothing more than a CCP-style surveillance tool that will ultimately be used to oppress our American way of life. If China embraces it, you know it's something worth standing against.
And joining me now.
Right. He's right about how that shit is going to oppress the people. It definitely is, okay? We done brought out all the angles of the CBDCs, bro. If you've been paying attention, we done brought out all the angles of the CBDCs, how they're going to use it, what they can use it for. It's crazy, okay? But this is what the Most High wants. And they're trying to stop it. But as the scripture says here, Isaiah 55:10, it says, "For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returning not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth in bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." There's no stopping prophecy, okay? You can't stop it, man. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 24, "The Lord of hosts has sworn, saying, Surely, as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand." So, whatever the Most High wants, he gets, okay? Ain't no stopping it, bro.
Now, to discuss central bank digital currency is research fellow at the Heritage Foundation, Joel Griffith. So, Joel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so you know the bill just passed, and you heard what Maxine Waters said. You heard what Tom Emmer said. So let me get your insight on this, right? Real simple. Is this a step in the right direction for the United States, or the step in the wrong direction?
Well, the issuance of a central bank digital currency would be an enormous step in the wrong direction. You know, the truth is the Federal Reserve does not have the power to issue such a currency, but we can't trust them not to act in opposition to what the law actually allows them to do. And for this reason, Congress is stepping in to prohibit them explicitly from issuing this. We know from recent years the Federal Reserve often takes actions far beyond what Congress has actually mandated them to do. So I believe it is very prudent for the House to actually step in now to preemptively block them from issuing a type of currency that would be a threat to free enterprise and a threat to our privacy.
So we're talking about a wholesale block entirely of CBDC here. You think that is necessary?
It's absolutely necessary, and here's why. once there's this type of digital currency issued by this central bank, there will be the possibility at some point in the future for government to actually track all of our transactions. In fact, there's a threat, if you look at what China is doing with their own version of CBDCs, that the government then could actually regulate the manner in which you spend those resources, the time in which you spend the resources. There would be the power to actually block you from engaging either in all transactions or in disfavored transactions. You think about right now the big.
Yeah, they can block you from transactions. That's how serious it's going to get. You know how many people are going to be throwing a fit in the grocery lines because their CBDCs can buy a certain item, okay? That's going to drive Americans crazy. Like, people don't understand how much freedom people have in this country. Okay, people got a lot of freedoms in this country. You know, do what you want to do, man. This is going to change life. I mean, drastically, it's going to change life as we know it. And he's telling you what it's going to do.
A big push for us to decarbonize. Well, if you have this type of a currency allotted, you could very easily put in a mechanism that would only allow you to spend a certain amount of that currency on carbon-intensive activities, and you could build in, for instance, a tax on additional activities if you were to go over your carbon allotment. And if you look at what China's doing with their own version, they have a social credit score that is built in. So let's say that you are somebody who doesn't have a high enough social credit score. Well, those individuals in China can't buy certain type of train tickets, even though they have the financial resources to do so. Yet to replicate what the Chinese Communist Party is doing here in the United States would be a grave mistake.
So you're mentioning China here, right? Is there a real concern that the United States would actually follow in the Chinese Communist Party's footsteps?
I believe there is quite a concern because there is a growing push in Washington, D.C. with bureaucrats, with Democrats, even with numerous Republicans to regulate more of our economic lives. I mean, all we have to do is look back a few years ago during the pandemic when the government was telling you when you could go out to eat, what kind of businesses you could frequent, and what times of day you could be involved in. But thanks to the fact that we actually have access to private cash and private checking and debit accounts, we were able to skirt a lot of those regulations. Imagine a world in which all transactions are done with a currency, a digital currency issued by our central bank that can be fully tracked. We would ultimately lose our freedoms or be under constant threat of losing those economic freedoms.
All right, let me present some.
Real quick, Klaus Schwab did say that China is a model for the world, okay? He liked how the Chinese are running their country. And he said they are a model for the world. And eventually, okay, the world will follow after such a system as that, okay? You Americans, all right, you think that you're free and what you are, but it's an illusion of freedom. You're going to be pissed when this shit comes, okay? You're going to be pissed off, bro. You can, bro, I can see it, bro. Right now in the grocery store, I can see people right now in the grocery store going freaking crazy, right? Probably trying to steal shit, running out the house. I mean, the store with, certain items. It's wild, but that's how crazy it's going to get.
Some counter arguments here from the other side. So the U.S. tackling inflation right now, CBDC could potentially help central banks see a clearer picture of what is happening and what is causing inflation and what can be done. Would allow for more precise monetary policy. Besides that, could simplify tax collection. Wouldn't you say those are some benefits?
Well, on the inflation front, let's remember the central banks are largely responsible for the inflation that we're experiencing. And it's not because they lack tracking mechanisms of our currency or tracking mechanisms of our economy. The inflation that we're experiencing today is because our central bank printed trillions of dollars digitally to buy government bonds to allow our government to greatly expand over the past few years. That is why we have inflation. Furthermore, adding a CBDC to the arsenal of economic weapons the Fed has would actually increase the risk of inflation, because it would be far more easier for the central bank at the push of a button to magically increase the amounts of currency that each one of us, or a favored few of us, actually have access to. That would exacerbate inflation. And look, when it comes to taxes, none of us like paying taxes, and we certainly don't like filing those. It takes time. But to use that as an excuse to go ahead and arm the Fed with this new weapon, that's a very poor excuse. I don't see where the time savings would come near anywhere close to the risks involved of issuing a CBDC.
All right, so it passed the House today, this bill. The Senate is next, and then it's going to end up potentially on Joe Biden's desk if he decides to sign it. I mean, definitely some challenges here. What do you think needs to happen in order for this to become law?
Well, Joe Biden is down for the CBDC. So he ain't going to sign a damn thing. He's down for it, all right? He's already signed an executive order, right, for CBDCs to be, pretty much launched here in Babylon the Great. So y'all doing this bill for nothing, okay? But I'm guessing y'all expecting Donald Trump to get in office, right? In which Donald Trump came out and said that he's going to fight against CBDCs, allegedly, right? But I highly doubt it, okay? All the world's going to bend the knee to this shit because it's prophecy, right? I ain't going to play this whole video, but all of it is good. You can go and watch it. Hey, look, I highly suggest watching this video, man. Very informative.
Well, it would.
I'm going to end here with this precept, man, and close out. Revelation 13:15. The second beast was allowed to breathe life into the image. Excuse me. Come on, bro. What is this? What's going on? The second beast was allowed to breathe life into the image of the first beast, so that the image could talk and put to death all those who would not worship it. The beast forced all the people, small and great, rich and poor, slave and free, to have a mark placed on their right hands or in their foreheads. No one could buy or sell without this mark, that is, the beast's name or the number that stands for the name. This is where we're heading, okay? So you can sign them bills all you want to and, yell on camera. Prophecy is prophecy. And I know it seems foolish, for Esau to try to put a C-hip in everybody. Why? But it's prophecy, though. This is what the Most High wants. This greenback dollar as we know it, it's about to be out the window, bro. Very soon we ain't going to be using it. Everything going to be cashless, man. Okay? And this C-hip is going to reign supreme until Yahushua come back. So Lord will lose edifying, man. I'm going to close out here. I'll praise Yahushua. Shalom. Oh, what I just do? Come on, bro. What is this? What is this? What did I just do? Come on, bro. Okay, here we go. This is crazy. What is going on?